everybody, it's your girl Amy A-M2, and I'm here today with yet another reaction video. Today, by request, I'm going to be reacting to Dreamcatcher's Wonderland. 여러분 안녕하세요. 저는 A-M2 Amy입니다. 오늘은 Dreamcatcher의 Wonderland에 리액션 해볼 거예요. 예쁘게 봐주세요. Yeah, some of you requested that I react to more of Dreamcatcher's songs from the latest album, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Also, I'm sorry, I re-watched my video today, now that like the morphine and all the meds from being in the hospital are out of my system, and like I edited while I was still like on meds, so I didn't even catch it, but I kept saying why. The song is called What, and they're saying what, and I heard what, but what came out of my mouth was why. So to Dreamcatcher fans, I'm sorry. I know they're saying what. My bad. Don't do drugs. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm going to be reacting to Dreamcatcher's Wonderland. I'm excited. I really love the instrumentation. I'm always impressed by what they do. So let's go ahead and react. This time I don't have to ramble as much. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, let go. Oof. No, oh god, no, they can't do this to me, no. I'm already in love. Just the vintage feel, that swelling synth, and the static. Oh, this is pretty. This has like an R&B feel, which is very different from what their title tracks are usually like. It has really cool percussion that's panning a bit. Oh, I like this part. Oh, I love this! This is what I was saying in my other video about Dreamcatcher. See, like, they're doing falsetto. They're really up there in the range, but like, they keep going back from low to high, and they're not forcing themselves to sing high. They're singing comfortably, they're singing in a really beautiful falsetto. Right here it's falsetto. It's beautiful. Oh, that was so cool. Okay, so definitely wear this with headphones, because that transition literally went from here to here, and you hear it and feel it moving. That's what's really cool about panning. So by removing the percussion during that part, it propels forward the second half of the first verse, and it makes it feel more interesting and it's different. This is so pretty. This is so I see why you guys wanted me to hear this. See, and like, this part feels like it's faster, but the reason why is because the hi-hat is now doing 16th notes. So the more you break down a note from quarter to eighth to 16th, 32nd, it creates this feeling of momentum, and it feels faster even though it's staying in the same time. So that's really cool how they're utilizing it. See, again, this is doing like 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. It's really cool. But now you have the hi-hat. It's kind of doing more trap style right now. Now, hear how the bass or the kick drum is now doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and the hi-hat's going, so that is making it feel like it's an increased pace. It's very clever. That ended before I expected it to. Wait, no, did that really just... That's a short song, no! God, that's so pretty. What the heck? No. I'm gonna listen to it again. 1, 2, 3, go. Again, so they have the synth that's swelling, and they have all these really cool like dry percussion sounds And then they'll have wet sounds. When I say wet, I mean reverb, so that echoey sound. And the way they have the vocals mixed, I like how they're mixed in this song. I like how they layer the vocals here, and there's like harmonies that are meshed in very well. And I like the different pitched drums going on right now. Oh, I'm so cringe. This is so nice. See, like, the percussion in the chorus is not consistent in the sense of like keeping time for you. It is keeping time. I don't know how to explain this. It's keeping time, but it's not obvious. It's not like a focus, whereas in the latter half of the chorus, it is a focus. It's keeping time very obviously, and that's why it feels like you're increasing the pace. That makes it so interesting, because if it just kept the same pace and the same percussion, it would get boring after a while, and it would feel like it's just slow and goes nowhere. So the way they're doing this, introducing percussion slowly in different layers, is really creative and very good for the song and the composition. And I just love like the range of this song, because like, again, they're so good at utilizing the vocals. And the thing is, like, I like that they're not belting this. One, it just wouldn't feel right for the song. It's kind of like the sexy, mysterious R&B feel to it. And even going by like the lyrics. So like, it makes sense. It adds a sexual feel. It adds a cute feel in certain areas. And then also, like, it's singable. I can sing to this without feeling like I'm going to die. And it's just so pretty. That note, that ad-lib is, see, that's really pretty. I don't hear strain. I've never watched like a live video or seen them live, so I don't know how they are live, but their studio vocals are so good. This is so nice. I like spaced out at the end, sorry. Okay, so I had to listen to that twice. There was like, see, here's the thing, it was so simple, yet it wasn't. And that's what I say about like chord progressions and percussion and instrumentation, is that like a lot of times you'll see it'll be a simplistic chord progression, but the rhythm will be cool, and they'll do rhythmic stuff with the vocals and it's really interesting. Or the opposite, it's simplistic vocals, but then they have these really cool instrumental breakdowns for more dance focus and stuff, and it's really awesome. Like, think of BTS I Need You. That has like, it's very interesting, there's a lot of complex stuff going on, but at the same time, like, they have a whole instrumental break as part of their chorus, like da 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 da. So that's one way, and then here the instrumentation is fairly simplistic. It's a simple chord progression, but what makes it interesting is the swelling of that synth and the percussion. How they utilize the percussion is so important to the way this song is made. Because like, the percussion is what drives the song. The rhythm is what drives the song. So maybe they don't always have a drum beat, but they'll have some sort of like bass or a voice or something doing rhythm to keep time. I mean, that's not always the case, but specifically for pop music and commercial music, that's usually what happens. And most of the time, music in pop music is 4/4, and the way to keep things interesting so it's not just like a flat plane of music is to mess with the percussion to create this illusion of faster time. So what I pointed out in the chorus is that the first half of the chorus kind of has this really complex like percussion that's kind of just like going here and there, panning around, and the hi-hat's doing little trappy kind of stuff. And then in the second half of the chorus, now instead of just like this like rhythm and pulsing and sporadic kick drums and stuff, you have a kick drum constantly on the beat, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and at the same time you have 16th notes going. So for example, this, let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if I break it down and I go 1, 2, 1, 2, it's technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you just hear, it feels slower. If I go, that feels faster. Now if I go, it feels faster. But if you see like how I was subconsciously nodding my head, you can see that I'm keeping time in 4. So basically breaking down that hi-hat and the kick drum to then do 4 and 16ths, it makes it seem so much faster. It almost has like this club house feel that it like ever so slightly touches into, and then it pulls back out and goes into more R&B, and it's just so nice. And again, all I ever do is talk about the vocal ranges, but I really like the fact that they use falsetto. Of course, like I said, it's what you would expect for that song type, it's what fits the composition, but also at the same time, like, it's just nice because sometimes you see them forced to like belt these ad-libs and stuff, and they're not doing it in a proper way. Sometimes the vocal coaches are really good, and sometimes the vocal coaches are having them do stuff to cater to a specific sound, but it's not necessarily good for their voice, for their body or anything. In Dreamcatcher, like, even the ad-libs sounded so nice and healthy. Again, I'm not a vocalist, I've never had vocal lessons. I mean, I sing, I've been in choirs, and I've done vocal groups in college, but I'm not a vocalist. I was never a vocal major. I was always composition, audio, instrumental, never voice. And even in my own music, I rap, I don't sing. I usually have a guest singer if I have vocals in my song. So yeah, like, I can't really judge singing, but from what I'm hearing and what I know of what like raw vocals would sound, how it would mix it, how to get that tone, there's talent there. There is talent to have studio vocals that solid, because I've heard songs where I'm like, no, that sounded trash in the studio too. That doesn't mean the idol's bad. Sometimes there's an idol that sings really, really well, but I will hear a track that's way up there or way too low for them, and I hear, even through all of the mixing, I hear the struggle. Here I really don't hear struggle, which says to me, one, they're very talented in the sense that they already have really good raw vocals for a studio, which allows for such a beautiful mix of vocals. 2, that they're doing it right, that they're utilizing the fact that they have various different vocal textures, tones, and ranges, and they're not pushing it. They're being very creative and pretty and stylistic, but also healthy sounding. Again, don't quote me because I could be totally wrong about what's going on. I haven't seen a video of them. I can't judge their larynx and stuff. I have no clue. But yeah, those are all my thoughts. Thank you for suggesting this. I really, really liked it, like, a lot. It's definitely, I'm gonna listen to it so much. This is so my vibe and my feel. I got the album on Apple Music. I tried to get the physical album, actually. I went into a K-pop store yesterday, at the mall. Well, no, it's not. I went into a store yesterday at the mall that sells K-pop merchandise. I used to have to go into the city exclusively or order from Korea, but now that K-pop's so big, I can actually literally go into 3 different stores in my mall and buy K-pop merchandise and CDs. I only went into one because I didn't have time, but they didn't have Dreamcatcher. But then again, they were restocking, so I don't know. We'll see. If not, I'll have to order it, but I do want this album because I do like it and I want to support them. You know, like, as a musician, streaming doesn't do too much monetarily, especially with how K-pop is run in their system and the whole slave contract payment thing. Don't even get me started on that. when I really, really, really love an artist, I will invest into their merchandise. I obviously pay for my songs and streaming and all that stuff, but if I really want to support them, I will physically buy their albums because that's going to have more of an impact than streaming in terms of monetary stuff. As a musician myself who's made money from streaming and physical purchases, you make more money from the physical version than you do the digital version. Or if you don't have a physical version, you make more money from selling the album versus streaming the album. So for me, like, I want to buy it because I really like them. I own pretty much every BTS album because I love them and think they're so talented that I want to support them with my money. And so I want to do the same for Dreamcatcher. Oh, I gotta find that album. I prefer to get stuff in person, but if I can't find it at my mall when I go back, I'll buy it online. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what else you want me to react to. I'm down to react to anything Dreamcatcher, so if there's other B-sides from other albums, I'm so ready to listen to them. Tell me what to react to. Anyway, that's about it. Bye! By the way, guys, filming this really quick before I start editing. I did film July 7th, but my camera died, and I didn't notice. So that entire reaction's just not gonna get uploaded because it doesn't exist anymore. Suffice to say, there was a lot of screaming. Like, I'm not kidding. I spent the first listen through just screaming the whole time, and your ears would have bled. I couldn't analyze it. I loved the song so much, I could not analyze it or talk about it. I just kept screaming. So instead of doing a reaction, would you guys like to see me just kind of break down the percussion in it and like the reggae influence and just kind of talk about it basically and give you my thoughts, because that is my favorite Dreamcatcher song. I love it. I am officially a Dreamcatcher stan. I don't know the fandom name, but I'm in it. And that song's amazing. July 7th is my life now.
What I say I am. I am what I say I am. You know I'm never faking. I grind every single day. You know I'm always working. I am what I say I am. I am what I say I am. I am what I say I am. History in the making.